Good evening and welcome to the Green Valley Soccer Complex in New Albany for United Premier Soccer League action featuring the Southern Indiana FC squad, which is 3 wins and 1 draw on the season, going up against the FC Leopards, who are 4-0. Along with Kristen Hazley, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And our broadcast brought to you in part by Orion Renewable Energy, and as well as River City Mortgage. Southern Indiana FC Soccer presented by River City Mortgage, your dream, our commitment. Well, Kristen, a very big game tonight for both of these teams in terms of the standings. You've got the Tennessee Tempo coming in at the top of the division with a record of 4 wins, 1 draw, no losses, but then the FC Leopards and Southern Indiana FC right behind them in 2nd and 3rd position. So tonight, very important in the division race.
Absolutely, John. It's very tight at that top 4 teams in the conference there, that Kentucky-Tennessee conference there. Top 4, it's a very important game here for Southern Indiana FC. They're going to look to get out fast, get on top, get one up, and try and hold tight.
The biggest thing that really impresses you about Southern Indiana FC this year, Kristen, the differential. They have scored 17 goals this year and have allowed only 2. So what's allowed them to be so explosive, do you think?
It's pretty easy. I mean, it starts in the back. Defensively, Southern Indiana FC is organized. They are led by leadership. They're getting Kenny Walker back tonight, which is going to be a big addition for them as far as keeping the ball and possessing. They do a great job of looking forward to spring forward when that possession is open and when it's right to go forward. But mainly it comes back to they don't give up very many goals, John.
And then also, too, you got to look at the FC Leopards, 4-0, and they also have had a pretty successful season at this point. Not as prolific offensively as Southern Indiana FC. They've scored 8 goals to Southern Indiana's 17, but they've also only allowed 2 goals, so it seems like they're really riding on their defense. Again,
John, we just see those top 4 teams in the conference. They're very competitive. Goal differential isn't too much, but you've seen FC Leopards have played some of those other top 2 teams. And speaking with some of the Southern Indiana FC staff today, we know they're going to be looking to be defensive against FC Leopards getting forward quickly, especially in transition.
And starting lineups heading out into the middle of the field at the moment. So if you're noticing, you might be wondering why this game is in New Albany. Well, it was actually supposed to be at the home of the FC Leopards, but they were unable to host for a few reasons. So Southern Indiana FC and them both came to the agreement that they would play this game in New Albany. So that is where we are for this one tonight. Of course, a big matchup here for both of these teams, and looking not too far down the road. In fact, in a little under a month from now, the Tennessee Tempo will be playing Southern Indiana FC on May 18th. That game is in Tennessee, and a huge matchup there, which will be, for conference positioning and for so much. So a lot riding on the line. We're getting down to crunch time here. Before you know it, Kristen, the season will be over, and we're thinking about playoff action.
We really are. And, here in the UPSL, so the United Professional Soccer League, they do play year-round. So we're talking about the spring season here, where we keep talking about that Kentucky-Tennessee conference. And, they're looking to advance to those national playoffs in July. But starting here, in the spring season, they're off to a great start, and this will be a really important one for Southern Indiana FC.
And just to let you know, on your screen there, Southern Indiana FC is in the white jerseys, and then the FC Leopards are in the red. So, and then, of course, your officials are in the green jerseys. So pretty good weather on tap for the rest of the evening. Not much rain in the forecast, so looks like we're going to have a partly cloudy sky throughout. Temperatures have been hovering around the 70s today, pretty much all day across Indiana. However, there have been some strong wind gusts at times. You never know, Kristen. Sometimes the wind can play a role in a big soccer match like this one.
Oh, trust me, as a former goalkeeper myself, I am well familiar with the havoc that a wind can wreak on your game for sure. Definitely could come into play when we talk about free kicks, corners, and especially considering how quickly FC Leopards likes to get forward.
Before we get started, we'll remind you that at Chicken Salad Chick, they make their food from scratch every day using fresh quality ingredients with 12 flavors of chicken salad plus soups, sides, sandwiches, and desserts. Whether you're craving traditional, savory, spicy, or fruity and nutty chicken salad, they got something for everyone. Visit Chicken Salad Chick on Veterans Parkway in Jeffersonville. Coming soon to the Oxmoor Mall in Louisville, or order online today. So we are just about ready to get started here. And the FC Leopards with one of their captains, NB. He is at the middle of the field. And action has begun in New Albany. And one thing that the coaching staff for Southern Indiana FC told Kristen and I this week, they want to get out to a fast start, really feed off the energy of Kenny Walker and Daike Ozawa coming back from injury. And right away you see them get the possession there and bring it back the other way. Matteo Finazzi was touching it initially and got it up to one of his teammates, but a nice save by the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, absolutely, John. You see Southern Indiana just do a great job of dispossessing FC Leopards on the other side there and goes quick to the transition, but a great save by the keeper there.
Yeah, Musa Quilio is the goalkeeper to start out. Now, both these teams have several goalkeepers that they can go to, so you may not see the same one all evening, so just keep that in mind. But so far, Southern Indiana FC putting the pressure on FC Leopards. That one came down into the hands of Saladi Hussaini, who is an outside back, 6 feet, 178 pounds. And if you look, too, at the roster for Southern Indiana FC, all these guys have played with a lot of really talented premier programs before they got here, or were at colleges or universities well known for soccer, as that one lobbed down to David Ibrahim Kadik.
Looks like he was offsides there,
yep.
John. Just a little quick on the draw, but a great job there by Southern Indiana FC of looking up as soon as they get the ball and see if anyone's on.
So Ibrahim Kadik and Haji Abdicator, those two guys lead Southern Indiana FC in scoring. They both have 3 goals apiece. That one comes up into the zone, but saved well there. So first real opportunity for it for FC Leopards, but Southern Indiana FC able to deny them. And now back the other way comes Diallo Irakosi, who is a defender from Lexington SC before coming here. One thing that impresses you about Southern Indiana FC, a lot of these players, one of their hobbies is reading. They love to do a lot of reading in their free time.
It's good, John. We like to keep the brains
Yep.
pumped. Oh, a great ball on there.
And
looks like he was off.
Yeah, Diallo Irakosi did all he could to get down there, and look. So it's like it's frustrating that you see offsides, but at the same time, if you're Southern Indiana FC, gotta like the aggressiveness.
Well, and you've got to think that this plays into Southern Indiana FC's game plan a little bit. If you notice, they're trying to string together plenty of passes. They don't care if they're going forward, if they're going back. They're just keeping possession, and they're making FC Leopards chase, hoping, you wear out those legs, you can withstand a transitional attack on the other end.
Salahe Alex with that kick there, ending up grabbing it, and Fali Mara ends up with Irakosi. And Irakosi trying to get it up the field, might have an opportunity here, but another nice play on the ball by Quilio, the FC Leopards goalkeeper.
Great job using his feet there. Looked like he was just outside the box, made himself big. Great save by the keeper again.
Yarity was the FC Leopards player who ended up hitting it out. So Southern Indiana FC got possession. We have contact here, and referee saying we're going to the direction of the Leopards, which means that was an infraction on Southern Indiana.
Ref's been letting them play so far. Haven't seen too much contact, but you like to see him keeping a close handle on things.
Alex with it again. Able to find Bishop Grant. Runs out of room. It looked like he was the one who booted it out. So Haji Abdicator with the opportunity here.
And you just see that organization on defense we were talking about before kickoff there, John. They did a great job. Ball got in the corner. You saw 3 Southern Indiana FC defenders quickly closing down, end up getting the goal kick for their side.
Sean Ripey is the goalkeeper to start out. Looked like he wanted his offense to get set up and in position before he booted it in play. And what do we have here? Maybe it looked like somebody from, I don't know if somebody from FC Leopards committed some sort of violation. All the players from Southern Indiana FC are moving up. Look like we might have a substitution to sort out here.
Yeah, possibly injury here, John. See what's going on.
Looks like Southern Indiana's putting in Matteo Finazzi, or at least he's coming out to talk to one of his players. Matteo, center midfielder, 5'11", 165 pounds.
Absolutely, John. Having seen Matteo play a couple times this season, they're going to stick him in the midfield there and probably hope to keep possession again. Looking to switch the field from one side to the next, using him as a connecting piece there. His footwork is impeccable.
Also important to stay hydrated, which they're doing right now. One of his teammates he was talking with there was Bienfait Ishimwe, who's a forward on this club. And Zane Love is the goalkeeper back there. My mistake. I said it was Ripey earlier. It's Zane Love. He's 6'5", 195. He actually likes to play golf when he's not playing soccer.
I do not want to meet Zane on the golf course. While I do enjoy golf, a 6'5" golfer is probably going to double my swing speed. Might not be as straight as mine, though.
Well, you hit yours straight. That must be nice.
Oh, occasionally.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Tell me what that's like, and how do you do that consistently?
It's all about tempo, John.
Yep. That's what they tell me. I just can't seem to find the right one, the right tempo.
Goalkeeper substitution for
Took me about
Leopards.
15 years.
Number 99.
Golf's easy game to learn, lifetime to master. Same thing with soccer, I would argue,
Yeah, looks like we are on some sort of injury timeout here, John.
Yeah, I'm not really, and I'm trying to see who it might be, but I couldn't really tell which team it was that had the injury. And it looks like the referee's coming back over and is asking for the ball.
Looks like we're going to do a drop ball here.
Okay.
Just give the ball back to the keeper. Typically, you'll see that in an injury timeout
Okay.
there. FC Leopards just going to not challenge it, let Zane Love pick it up there, and Southern Indiana will play from the back.
See what he opts to go this time, and he decides to give that a more booming kick. But FC Leopards was right there waiting on it. And that is one thing that both coaching staffs, I think, emphasize is speed, and you can tell right away both these teams have it. And it's part of the reason why they have some of the best records in the league early on.
Absolutely right there on that one, John. It's really going to come down to, who's keeping the ball and running and who's chasing the ball and running. It's going to come down to possession. Southern Indiana doing a nice job right now, just keeping it, waiting for the right moment to spring forward.
And that is Saladat Husseini, who tries to keep it in bounds and does. Able to get it up the field, and we have a whistle.
Looks like another offside call there.
Not as noticeable as the previous offside penalty we had in this half, but that one was just a little bit.
Ooh, maybe just by to come see. You can see tonight we've got the kids out there by the concession stand out there every evening playing. It's just a great environment and some excellent soccer from these young men.
And because of that, free admission. I mean, the unexpected venue change with this one coming here tonight instead of this one being in Bowling Green. So attendance is free, so fans can come in and enjoy it. And a beautiful night for soccer indeed. As LaHaye Alex able to chase it down for FC Leopards.
Absolutely, John. You see, we had about 24 hours notice on this.
Yes.
And look at the impressive Southern Indiana FC crowd that's getting out. It's a beautiful night. Some great soccer so far. Looks like FC Leopards trying to get something going offensively.
Yeah, Mukandama made a nice move there, but coming back with it, Matteo Finazzi. And then Salahe Alex able to get control. And right away, you see Zane Love grab another one. He's been busy back there in this one, and he just rockets that ball down to the other end. That will lead, however, to a goal kick coming up for FC Leopard. Just want to remind all of you that Doghouse Beer Garden, the home of mind-blowing hot dogs, burgers, sausages, and chicken, served on Grilled King's Hawaiian Rolls, is coming soon to New Albany. Your official watch party zone for Southern Indiana Football Club is opening this May. With more than 50 locations nationwide, they deliver practically everywhere.
Southern Indiana doing a great job right now, just keeping possession of the ball. They're going to wear them down, finding the right balls through, just keeping it, waiting for that run on.
Been a lot of activity in the middle of the field. Igor Ibrahim Kadik with it now, decides to send it back. He's a 5'11", 150 center midfielder from Metro Louisville. That was his previous stop. FC Leopards looking like, though, they won another opportunity, but fight for it with Saladai Husseini. Stays in bounds, got tripped up, did Sedi Mohammed. And Mohammed now, I think he might just be tying his shoe. Yep, he is. Yeah. But that's a foul there on FC Leopards.
Excellent recovery by Sede there to get back, win the ball, win a free kick for his team, and they're back to just possessing, looking to go forward.
And another battle for it. Looked like we might see an FC Leopards player down, but play continues.
And this is where you can really see the FC Leopards' speed and where they can be dangerous here. Almost every single one of their players, quick with the ball, quick without the ball. But here comes Southern FC, great counter here.
And there's Quilio again with another nice play at goal. Francisco Anton, 6 foot, 170-pound defender for the Southern Indiana FC squad, was in a good battle for it. Now we got another good one here on the sideline. Kept in play.
Referee says play on.
And a nice play by Louis Keka Panda to get that out of there for the Leopards. But Southern Indiana FC keeps up the attack. And Fanazi in a battle for it with Panda. And Panda able to hold him off. And I think they say that Fanazi touched it last. But he's really come into this match and brought some energy.
Yeah, excellent chippy battle there in the back between Southern Indiana FC, Biaba, and Panda there. Just doing a great job trying to keep the ball forward and ends up shielding out of bounds for the goal kick.
Kasakil Biaba plays it in. And that one forced to go back into the FC Leopard zone. This might be the farthest we've seen Quilio come up, but he's able to boot it through.
Well, you'd love to see that, John. You know, goalkeepers, personally, I believe, should be field players as well as keepers. So you love to see a goalkeeper with great footwork.
And nice footwork here by Sahay Alex to take that one away. So he was able to just pull it away from Bienfait Shimwi.
Yeah, Mateo with a great step in there. He's just going to hold it, wait for his forwards to get up.
Gives it back to Irakosi. Now this is Abdicator.
Ooh, there it is. Through ball in.
And that looked like the whistle came before he entered the box there.
Yeah, I think we're offsides.
Sadi Muhammad, though, showing his shiftiness for Southern Indiana FC. One more look at it. Got down there, and that was right before Quilio was about to make a play on it. But
yeah, unsure on that one, John, if it was offsides or a foul call.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been either.
Could have been either. You know, if it is a foul, it's unfortunate. But another good opportunity to see Southern Indiana get forward.
This is Kasakil Biaba with some nice footwork there for the Leopards. Again, they're 4-0. Southern Indiana FC, 3 wins and a draw. But we're at a draw so far in this one, 0-0. A lot of activity on both zones, really. And some high drama in the middle of the field. Both goalkeepers have had busy nights.
Absolutely, John. If you're looking for an exciting Saturday night of soccer, what else would you want to see than a couple big saves by keepers, getting some speed going through. And one thing that, the Southern Indiana FC coach,
Nice save by
save there
Zane
by
Love.
Zane.
He knocks that. Mbembe Ashitolo was the one who had that shot on goal for the FC Leopards.
Yeah, let's watch this here. Ashitola just gets a touch one time on it. Oh, it's a great shot to put that on frame. Really excellent save there by Zane Love, getting down to his right to the corner. Great tip there. Looking for the corner here.
Yeah, this is our first corner kick of the match, and able to be sent back. So Southern Indiana FC, that goes their way. Salah Alex ends up with it.
Yeah, an excellent clearance there by the D. You just like to see him step up.
And similar movement on this one for the FC Leopards like we saw for Southern Indiana FC earlier, but taken away, however. And nice play by Irakosi to step through and cause the FC Leopards to turn it over. Now Southern Indiana FC wanting to try to grind them down here.
And that's exactly what you see. You saw, Irakosi was able to dispossess the ball, and he stayed right up top. He's back there on the ball now. But they're just going to keep it. They don't care if they go back. That's fine. Make FC Leopards chase you. Make them put pressure on the ball until you can look for that through ball there.
Well, you see here, Southern Indiana FC's tried a lot of those, and every time they've had some success, or it's led to an offsides. But I think FC Leopards is shifting the defense around a little bit, making sure they don't give those up.
Yeah, you can see, even right now with the ball, John, that back line is almost as high as the bottom of that center circle. That is pretty high. They're definitely playing an offsides trap there.
Leopards on the attack, but Husseini trying to get free of it, and he does get around his man, and they are playing through it. Yep. We've had a couple of injury timeouts in this game, so whenever there's contact, always good to stop and make sure.
Yeah, I'd have to see the contact again on that, but I always love a no call.
And Southern Indiana FC playing the patience game, however, might have a chance here. And Quilio and another one-on-one battle there, as that seems to have been happening a lot with Bienfe Ashimwe. He's able to get down the field, and he and Quilio have gone head-to-head. Now they're jawing back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, this is the problem with the offsides rule, John. The call was offsides on him, and the issue is the referee won't blow the whistle until someone touches the ball. So you got an unnecessary contact there between the keeper and the forward, where if you just call it when the ref raises his flag back in the good old days. But, I understand, the call, but the jawing seems a little bit unnecessary. Mm-hmm. You can see, though, there on the wind is at Southern Indiana's back, and so that could play a part in some of these balls that are maybe a little too heavy going forward.
Yeah, some places in Indiana today, and this is really not just in any particular area of the state, it's been really throughout. A lot of places have had wind gusts around 40 to 45 miles an hour, and that can really affect a game like this or any outdoor event. Really well played here by David Ibrahim Kadik, and he's got it close. Tries to get it through, and Fanazi couldn't quite get it there, and now we have a player down for the FC Leopards.
Yeah, an excellent work there by Ibrahim Kadik. Again, this impressive footwork, this little pop-up, Mateo right there. You love to see it. Looks like they get a corner kick out of it. Mm-hmm. All right, could look for an in-swinging ball here, as you can see on that corner flag where the wind's going in right in.
And this is their first corner kick of the night, Southern Indiana FC. Both teams have had one. Have not had a goal yet. Could we get it here? As Fanazi might have overshot his target a little bit, but Ashimwe able to come down with it. He's been around the net a lot tonight. Ashimwe with a nice play inside, and Quilio able to knock it away, but was there contact? Both teams are pointing at each other. Let's see what they rule here.
Looks like they're going with the goal kick. You see Southern Indiana going back there, but it's a great job on that outside there. Cutting it back to the defender, getting goal line, just trying to get something across the face of the goal. Quite a contact there. Great save.
Forever Lawn Kentuckiana is the premium synthetic turf partner of SIFC, specializing in residential putting greens, playgrounds, dog runs, and many sports fields, as well as commercial dog parts. Full sports fields and playgrounds. No job is too big or too small with Forever Lawn Kentuckiana. The grass is always greener with Forever Lawn. And there's the sun coming out again. Header by Fenazi. And Southern Indiana might have a chance here. Ibrahim Kadic chasing it down. That's Igor Ibrahim Kadic. His brother David and him have played a lot this season, made an impact for Southern Indiana FC.
Yeah, that FC Leopards line again creeping up. Just trying to play any sort of offside strap.
Ibrahim Kadic again decides to back it out. I will say, when they've had to match Southern Indiana FC's speed, so far the Leopards have been up to the task. Still a lot left to play. That one goes out, so Southern Indiana gets it on this throw-in. And Husseini looks like the one who will do it. Waiting to find someone, and does find Abdi Kadir.
This is where the experience, the organization in the back for Southern Indiana comes in handy when you've got a team like FC Leopard pressuring you in the back. You want to make sure, oh, great ball in. Another great save there coming off the line.
Yeah, Quilio has been key. You've got to give a lot of credit to him. Musa Quilio, the goalkeeper for the FC Leopards. And then on the other side, Mukandama tries to make a move. He's already scored 1 goal this season, being held off here by Abdi Kadir. Nice battle between both of them, and who's it off of? Well, they said no, stayed in play, so good job by Abdi Kadir to keep it in. And Southern Indiana FC tries to make a move.
Go on.
They might get it here, as is Shimwe able to track it down, wait for some teammates to get back.
That's unfortunate, John. You see it there, offsides. In that, you know, you've had him in one-on-one. You just want him to get to goal there as much as you possibly can. It's great defending, but unfortunately, just a little pop-up there on the turf, it looked like.
And the Shimwe, you can tell, is very frustrated because he's been on the very cusp of several plays that could possibly turn into goals, but just haven't been able to. And so he thought that time, man, I was waiting for everybody to get back.
John, we'll have to check the stats at halftime, but I think we're all frustrated with the offsides calls at this point, John. We want some goals.
25 minutes in. Been a physical, athletic, and well-played contest so far between two of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, I think if you're Southern Indiana FC right now, you're really happy with those first 25 minutes. I mean, you possessed a majority of the possession, a majority of the time. You're getting forward. Are you frustrated with the offsides call? Yes. But I guarantee you every single one of these players has played against an offside trap before. They'll figure it out.
And a nice move here, and was that wide? Yes, it was. From Infanli Mara, who had a good opportunity there, 6'2", 165-pound center midfielder, already with 2 goals on the season. Not that far from getting number 3, but just a little bit wide.
Yeah, it looks like must have taken a deflection off one of those FC Jaguar defenders there. Or FC Leopard, excuse me. Go Jags, though. Sneak it in. The alma mater.
So corner kick try for Southern Indiana FC. And
great ball.
And the kick was just too high. Right idea. Quilio anticipated it, but came out a little too early. And that ball was kicked to Zionsville, I think. I mean, that thing is way out there.
Someone's going to have a soccer ball loading into that loading dock Monday morning. But, yeah, that is a phenomenal corner kick in. Quilio comes out, gets a good first touch on it. As a keeper, you would much rather see that up and out. You don't want to play that in for that second ball. Unfortunate, though. Southern Indiana does well to get a foot on it. Just a bit high, John.
Yeah,
just a bit.
FC Leopards catching a break there. And Quilio, I think, is opting for one of his teammates to try the goal kick instead of him.
Yeah, going into the wind, John, I am definitely guilty of that move a few times. Going into the wind, give me a big-legged center back, let them rip it. Good possession here.
Mukandama able to kick it across to Aishitolo. And FC Leopards with a solid possession here.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of it this half, John, but as you can see, they're much quicker to look forward than Southern Indiana is. Southern Indiana FC right now is happy to just keep possession, keep it in neutral, let them chase, because they know that, FC Leopards' strongest attack is going to be their speed. Let's wear them down. Let's let them chase. But when they do have the ball, you do have to be careful for that quick counterattack.
Irakoze with possession. Got to give credit to Saladai Husseini, who was able to knock that one off of a FC Leopards player earlier. Then a shot on goal
Another
here.
Big save by Zane Love down to his right.
And that was Mukundama again. Mukundama's been around a lot of the action here tonight for FC Leopards, and he almost had a goal, but Zane Love has done a good job. And as you know, Kristen, a lot of being a goalkeeper is about anticipation.
Yep, reaction time. Zane did a great job there of just kicking his leg out, getting down as fast as he could, getting a hand there, and parrying it wide. It's a great save, and you love to see a keeper that can get down to the ground quick.
Ibrahim Kadic made a nice play on it, kicked it a little too far down, and another try here for FC Leopards. Quilio opts to roll it this time.
Not a bad idea into the wind if you can keep possession from here, which they have so far.
Midfield is where things tend to get interesting.
Yeah, John, I think a majority of games are, you could say are won and lost in the midfield. But that is also the fun thing about soccer, right? It's not, you could win 98% of the possession. That 2% that the other team has, if they score more, you're in trouble.
Nearly chased down by Irakoze, but Quilio able to send it to Saleh Alex. Fought well by Fanazi there, but Fanazi not able to come up with it despite being very close. And Panda to the other side. Play on it from Francisco Anton.
Going to play on advantage here.
It almost seems, too, like they don't mind. I wonder if that hit the referee, did it? Might have. That came close.
Might have a drop ball here if that's what he's going for. Looks like Southern Indiana FC is going to drop off. Again, another good act of sportsmanship here. Ball hit the ref.
Yeah, I think it hit his knee. Yep.
Yep, they're just going to drop off, let FC Leopards keep possession here. And okay, got a substitution coming in.
And here we go. The Leopards making another move here. And scooped up yet again by Zane Love. He's like, nope, I've seen this movie before. Not going to let it happen this time.
I do have some minor critiques on Zane Love's kit today. I'm a little curious about the yellow socks with the not matching blue shorts and shirt. It's giving me a little bit of the goalkeeper ick, John.
Well, maybe every time he's worn that, they've won. Maybe it's a superstition thing.
In that case, I retract it. Absolutely. We're not going to get into my superstition.
That's a guess, Abdi Kadir finds Irakoze. Irakoze trying to get up the field.
Great combo, give and go there.
To a Shimwe. And what do we have before that?
I'm going to guess another offsides call, John.
Yeah, and you can tell the Southern Indiana FC players are starting to get really upset with it. David Ibrahim Kadic was, he's the one who threw his hands up.
Yep, and don't get me wrong, it's very, very frustrating. It's a difficult thing, for soccer fans to understand, but as a player to time that run and to get on as that ball is being played, especially at this level, it's a matter of a couple inches, John.
Mm-hmm. Abdi Kadir with a nice ball up the field to Irakoze. And Quilio stops it before it can get any further.
Again, a lot of speed by Quilio. You see him off his line fast. You've seen him get up in the air a couple times, even though, he's not the tallest of keepers.
Oh, collision between those two.
I think their cleats got stuck.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I don't think it was your typical move on a soccer ball, and it wasn't like any pushing or shoving. I think they just
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Whoa.
They did. Yeah. That is wow.
You know
I don't
what?
know that I've ever seen that.
I have seen a lot of things in soccer, John. I don't know that I've seen that. Like I have seen 15-year-old girls like fist fight. I don't know if I've seen
wow.
shoot. Oh yeah, we get intense. Don't you know any 15-year-old girls?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Not that I've seen get into a fight on a soccer field.
Yeah, it was just one girl. It'll be fine. It'll be a story, story for another time, John. But to be fair, I don't know that I've ever seen someone's cleat get stuck in someone's shoelace.
No, that's a new one. Header, keeping it away, and
Ooh,
yeah, a little too aggressive there from Lieka Panda as he came in from the backside. He knew it right away. I mean, he ran into a Southern Indiana FC player and realized that's not what meant to happen.
Yeah, he came through both his legs there. That's going to be a foul in just about any game in the world.
As on Bienfe Shimwe, who he ran into. So another opportunity here for Southern Indiana. How do they capitalize? Well, right idea. Fenazi had it for a moment, but taken away.
Yeah, you like to see Fenazi on that. Unfortunately, just a bit of a bad bounce off the turf there.
And a nice move by Alex. Nearly a chance for Irakosi, but taken away.
Good work there by Southern Indiana FC, just clearing it wide.
This is Muhammad, the second time he's had a chance, and he's basically just gone up the field by himself.
You love to see it just turn into a quick counterattack if you can.
And that goes off of Yarity. He had a chance at it, but does not quite go Southern Indiana's way. FC Leopards with the throw-in. They're unbeaten at 4-0, and Southern Indiana FC with 3 wins, no losses, and a draw. These two teams in second place in the Kentucky-Tennessee division. Leopards second, Southern Indiana FC third.
Yep, and like you mentioned, John, undefeated here in the spring season, the USPL or UPSL. Speaking to Southern Indiana FC's coaching staff too, they said the one thing they noticed about the FC Leopards is they have an intense belief that they're going to win.
Yep.
And it's not often, especially at this high level of sports, that you hear that making that big of a difference. But this FC Leopards team is 100% bought in. They step onto the field expecting to win, which, in games like this where you get the other team, we might have a penalty call there. Oh, ref says play on.
Oh, wow. You could tell the Southern Indiana FC players wanted it. Very close.
Yeah, we'll have to take another look at that one. That's going to be tight.
And Husseini.
Handball.
They certainly wanted it.
Take another look here at this contact, see if we could get a penalty off of it. Oh, yeah. I think that is a for sure valid penalty call, John.
Yeah. Normally when you see a bunch of players react that way all at once, a little shove off there. I mean, this is getting physical. You can tell. Referee's trying to get control of it. A lot of jawing back and forth.
Definitely getting a little chippy. Advantage goes to the team that can remain calm. Stick to the game plan. But yeah, I think anytime you leave both of your feet for a tackle, and jump in with 2 feet, you're asking for trouble. Got away with it that time, though.
That was Ibrahim Kadic with it. Back to Irakosi. Knows he didn't see much there, so yet again taken away by Panda.
Yeah, in these last 10 minutes, John, it'll be interesting to see. We've seen the frustration from Southern Indiana FC throughout the half between the offsides calls, between some of the chippiness. In these last 10 minutes, is this when FC Leopards tries to get forward? Or can Southern Indiana FC remain composed and just try and get through these next, what do we got here, about 8 minutes
or so?
8 minutes plus some stoppage.
Oh, that went off the face of Ibrahim Kadic, it looked like.
And he's not going to feel good.
but he looked unfazed by it.
Just another day. That's why they pay him the big bucks.
Husseini being harassed, able to get it to Irakoze, but the Leopards able to stand
this is
tall.
that dangerous counterattack they're worried about. See how quickly they get forward.
Salehe Alex drops it back to Mukundama. Mukundama tries to make a play in the box. A lot of contact, and they let it go. Zane Love there at goalkeeper for SIFC.
And you love to see that from SIFC, that they get back. They had 4 to 5 defenders. Let's see, we got about, even six defenders behind the ball on a quick counterattack. They're in great defensive position. You know, as far as FC Leopards getting forward, you got to expect it, but they did the best job they could there defending.
Yeah, we've had a couple of injury stoppages, physical moments in this one. Not very many substitutions. There've been a couple, but for the most part, and really the name of the game has been defense. And there's been one corner kick each for both teams, so there's been opportunities to be had, but not quite been able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, John, I would say Southern Indiana FC's had a majority of the possession, and unfortunately, a majority of their possessions have ended in offsides, which we might have again.
And you can tell by the way that Igor Ibrahim Kadic reacted the second he kicked the ball. So
looks like, yep, since he stepped off the ball, just went ahead and let it go to the keeper.
Musa Quilio trying to figure out where to go with it. That one hit an awkward spot on the leg for Husseini, it looked like. But SIFC able to retain possession. Muhammad.
Ooh, can you find him in the middle there?
Well, Ibrahim Kadic was calling for it.
That's that ball. If you can find that middle ball there and switch it quickly, you might be able to catch one of those defenders slipping on stepping up and get on sides.
She's Kristen Hazley. I'm John Herrick. Thank you for being with us on the ISC Sports Network for FSI FC action. And yet again, another offside penalty, or offside call, excuse me.
Yeah, that linesman over there is getting his arm workout in today.
Yeah, yes, he has. Is there, and you've probably been in a lot of soccer matches that have happened like this. When you go into the locker room, is there something you talk about, like how to reduce the offsides? What do you discuss there?
100%. I mean, first of all, everyone is frustrated, right?
Yeah.
That's step number one, especially when we've got to be close to 8 at least this half.
Yep.
Which is a lot. But everyone is frustrated with it. We spoke about it a little bit earlier as far as keeping the possession. And it's all about the timing of it, right? So can you keep possession? Yeah, let FC Leopards step up, let their line push you up. But then it's between, your midfielders, your forwards, whether it's your 9 or your 11, just kind of combining with that timing behind.
Right.
And if you can play, for those of us watching that are still confused on offsides, which trust me, a lot of us are, it's when the ball is played. So can you be on sides when the ball is played and just get that quick step behind FC Leopards there? And you know what? This is not the first time they've faced an offsides trap. Many of these guys are former collegiate players, if not, off-season collegiate players. They're frustrated, but at the same time, we're only 4 games in with these guys. That connection might take a second. But I wouldn't expect, them to change things up too much at halftime because, again, you love to see them getting forward and direct towards the goal. The opportunities are there. The timing will come. I think you just got to keep going for it.
Salehe Alex and Diallo Irakoze were in a battle for it, but Irakoze went off of him. You can discover the difference with Covenant, your trusted partner for residential and commercial real estate sales, as well as building and remodeling projects. Whether you're searching for your dream home, seeking the perfect commercial space, or looking to transform your property through renovation or construction, Covenant is here to make your vision a reality. Contact owner Travis Atkinson today, and let's build something extraordinary together. Call 502-641-9951. Another play in the box. FC Leopards able to get it out of there. Opportunity for Irakoze, it looked like. He gets tripped. Physical play continuing. Is Shimwe able to
in.
get it up to Ibrahim Kadic? He has it knocked free, but is able to track it down again and reset.
This is the time right there where that ball goes back just a little bit, where FC Leopards that back line will step up, and it just makes it so much harder to get back in there. As you can see, they're trying to, ooh, sir. Okay, was trying to play advantage there, but eventually they got the right call. Dirty tackle there, a little bit outside.
Oh,
the
and a
box.
yellow card just dished out. So,
yeah, I mean, to be honest, not the hardest tackle we've seen tonight, John.
No, the other one, which the SIFC players were reacting to, that they believe should have been a penalty. They didn't get the call that time. This time, they do at least get a yellow card against FC Leopards for that. So,
The free kick right outside the box here, John. Important factor is going to be the wind.
and the wind has been to SIFC's back really the entire first half. So
looks like we've got Husseini on the ball now, addressing at least.
Husseini, an outside back. And he is one of the few players for SIFC that has not scored a goal this season, but he has come close.
Yeah.
Could this be the time?
If you take a look at Quilio right now in goal, you can kind of get an idea of how short he is.
Husseini,
Oh!
that one just a little bit too high.
And I mean, really, a great spot. That's exactly where you want to go. You know, with a keeper that's, you know, of shorter stature, you want to just bend that right up over the wall. One more yard, John. I think that dips in under the crossbar.
And that one comes down. Good anticipation for Irakosi to get there. So we are approaching halftime, but there will be some time. I would imagine that'd be added on to what's on there because we've had a few stoppages with injuries and that kind of thing.
Yeah, John, we'd really like to see Irakosi there on that right side. Has done a great job this half of just controlling the tempo, controlling when it goes forward, getting back when he needs to. It's been an impressive showing for him.
And Ibrahim Kadic had it taken away. Man, this has been a physical first half. Has not resulted in any goals, but a lot of action.
Good work here by Southern Indiana, defending the quick counterattack there.
NB, who's a forward for them, almost had a shot at a goal there, but SIFC's defense comes together. So again, we're at the 45-minute mark. They say there's 2 minutes of extra time. So we're playing through that at the moment.
Can be a dangerous 2 minutes here. Everyone just wants to get to the locker room, wants to figure out the offsides trap.
Make sure they stay healthy. That's the big thing. Don't want to have anybody have to leave the game early. This is David Ibrahim Kadic. FC Leopards defense stands tall, trying to capitalize here.
Ooh. Oh, they're going to play advantage here. Yep. Going to have an FC Leopard free kick there. Not a bad idea, though, John. I mean, you know, similar to a quote-unquote good foul in basketball,
Yeah,
right? You know, they're on the transition. You want to stop them, you know, take a foul 50, 60 yards out.
Right. Kasakil Biyaba looks like he will be the one doing the free kick for the Leopards. And opts to go short instead. Ibrahim Kadic, that ball went off of his leg and taken out of there by Mukandama.
Mukandama's doing a nice job on that end line, getting deep, cutting it back.
And might have a shot on goal here, and it's knocked away again by Zane Love. And you can tell right away the frustration on the side of the Leopards. Love and just continues to make some dazzling plays in the box.
I mean, that's his third big save, diving back down to his right, to that right post. You know, you keep making those saves, Zane, you can wear whatever you want.
Nearing the end of extra time here. But, yep, because he saved it, it is a corner kick try for FC Leopards. Their second of the half. Knocked away.
Good clearance.
Just trying to get it away and out of their own zone. Ashimwe trying to chase it down, unable to get there.
Great work by Southern Indiana there. Those late dying moments of the half, sometimes bad goals are given up. They did a good job of, you know, Zane Love with another incredible save down to his right, and then a good job clearing it on the ensuing corner.
I think the first half is it. I think we're out of extra time. Yep. Everybody's clearing the field, going to the locker room. So it's been a defensive struggle, physical play, lots of plays on the ball, but it's ended up so far in a 0-0 tie between Southern Indiana FC and the FC Leopards. Both teams are unbeaten on the season, trying to stay that way. Kristen and I will break down some things at halftime when we come back in just a moment as you're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Hey everybody out there with Southern Indiana FC, the new pro team in Southern Indiana. My name is Bill Green with Oxen's Partners Wealth Management. You can look me up at billgreen.co and you'll find all the information you need to get a hold of me at my office and schedule a meeting to come in and talk about financial planning, retirement planning, estate planning needs, insurance planning needs, pretty much anything that a fiduciary financial advisor would help with. You take care. I'll see you at the game.
Into the 18, turns, and finds the back of the net.
Season tickets are on sale right now. Just $50. And tickets to all 6 spring 2024 regular season home matches. VIP training sessions to watch and interact with the team. And 15% off all merchandise at SIFCmerch.com.
1-0 on an absolutely beautiful strike.
Southern Indiana FC.
The home crowd is absolutely loving this.
Fear the teal.
Welcome to Chicken Salad Chick.
I've been looking for love. I forgot what I missed, but I remember that high. The first thing I'd say, this is pure, this is perfect. Something nothing else can do, just you. So give me you.
There's no place like the Chick.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! That's the finish. You get a layup taken and an and one.
Fuel up at the concession stand, grab snacks.
Southern Indiana FC taking on the FC Leopards tonight. We are at halftime of this one in New Albany, and it is 0-0. As you can tell, been a defensive struggle. Lots of plays in this game that have been physical. Both teams have had their opportunities, Kristen, but it's just been an opportunity where you thought you had things, but I think the overarching theme here has been the level of offsides that we have had so far in this one.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you're Southern Indiana FC, you leave that half feeling positive that you possess the ball a lot of the time, right?
Yep.
You made FC Leopards chase you. You wore them down a little bit. And coming into this game knowing that their speed and their quickness was going to be one thing you had to be worried about, I would look at that as a positive. You know, the offsides, yes. We probably were about 10, I think, by the end of the half. And while it's frustrating, you could see that frustration on the players as the half wore on. You're still excited that you're getting forward, right? You're possessing the ball. You're trying to find a way forward. It's going to happen when FC Leopards is playing as aggressively forward as they are. What's going to happen? We'll get one in there. They're going to find one through. Keeper's going to be slow off his line. They'll get there, but the important thing is to not get frustrated and to just focus on the possession.
What was there any particular player in general that stood out to you for SIFC or FC Leopards that you thought had a really good half?
Yeah, you know, I think Matteo Finazzi coming into that midfield spot really ignited a bit of possession on that forward attacking front. A lot of the balls that were getting through that we thought were tight, could have been close, those offsides calls, a lot of those were coming from Matteo. So I feel like his timing, receiving vision of the field, it's going to come in handy, but that was one thing I did notice in the first half for Southern Indiana. He was connecting a lot of the offensive pieces.
Well, let's take a moment, too, to recognize the goalkeepers as well. Zane Love for SIFC and then Musa Quilio for the FC Leopards. I mean, they both had to make some huge plays in that half.
Yeah, when we take a look at the highlights here, John, you'll see this game could easily be a 3-3 match at this point.
Yep.
Zane Love with 3 amazing goal-saving saves, to be honest. And, like we mentioned, Quilio coming out, being quick off the line, honestly playing like a bit of a sweeper keeper is what we'll call him,
Yeah, and then they're also, I think another thing about the first half was a lot of plays in the box, a lot of plays in the middle of the field that I thought dictated tempo.
Absolutely. And, when you're looking at soccer in general, you want to dominate that middle third, dominate the possession there. From there, as long as you're in control of that middle third, that's when you're looking for that attack into the attacking third. If you've got things in control there, and we saw it a few times when Southern Indiana did get dispossessed, how quickly and organizationally they're able to recover and thwart any threat coming up the other side.
She's Kristen Hazley. I'm John Herrick. It's great for us to be with you for this USPL action as both of these teams try to stay unbeaten on the season, chasing the Tennessee Tempo, who are at the top of it with 4 wins, a draw, and no losses. They have scored 19 goals on the year, and right behind them has been SIFC with 17 goals. And so, Kristen, one thing you got to feel great about, if you're the FC Leopards, you've only scored 8 goals on the year, and SIFC has scored 17. You held them scoreless in that first half. So if you're SIFC, how do you crack that FC Leopards defense that was such a problem?
Yeah, it's coming with the opportunities, John. As long as you're getting opportunities, we saw, a free kick there on the highlights, almost got in there. A very valid penalty call that, you could argue should have gone Southern Indiana's way. To be honest, as long as you're just controlling that possession in the middle third and you're looking to get forward, the opportunity is going to come. FC Leopards has shown extreme, dedication to that line, and that's the problem that offensive traps, offsides traps can play.
Right.
All you need is one defender that's not stepping up as quickly as the others, and that'll happen. But as long as you're possessing in the midfield, you're going to have a chance to get forward.
When you look at, too, Andrew Minnis, the head coach for Southern Indiana FC, a lot of players from all sorts of different backgrounds that are a part of this team. Not easy to come together, and you play a shorter season sometimes, and you got to figure things out quickly. But it looks like they've really done that, and they're playing with a togetherness that's impressive.
Absolutely, and I think that's been one of the things that's really stood out about Southern Indiana FC, especially in this Kentucky-Tennessee conference, is how quickly they've come together. We mentioned a few times the organization that they have on the defensive side of things. But you also look at, you don't control 80% of the possession of a game without being, disciplined, without knowing where the ball's going to go. We could freeze frame on any of the highlights, and you'll see each player has, 2 or 3 options. And that's something that Southern Indiana's been able to develop, I think, a lot quicker than some of their competition.
Well, we'll take a brief time out here, come back, and tell you a little bit about how this match came to be this evening and how things kind of came together. It's been a really interesting 48 hours. We'll give you more of the backstory on that and tell you a little bit more about this matchup in just a moment as you're watching SIFC take on the FC Leopards on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey everybody out there with Southern Indiana FC, the new pro team in Southern Indiana. My name is Bill Green with Oxen's Partners Wealth Management. You can look me up at billgreen.co and you'll find all the information you need to get a hold of me at my office and schedule a meeting to come in and talk about financial planning, retirement planning, estate planning needs, insurance planning needs, pretty much anything that a fiduciary financial advisor would help with. You take care.
Into the 18, turns, and finds the back of the net.
Season tickets are on sale right now. Just $50. And tickets to all 6 spring 2024 regular season home matches. VIP training sessions to watch and interact with the team. And 15% off all merchandise at SIFCmerch.com.
1-0 on an absolutely beautiful strike.
Southern Indiana FC.
The home crowd is absolutely loving this.
Fear the teal.
Welcome to Chicken Salad Chick.
I've been looking for love. I forgot what I missed, but I remember that high. The first thing I'd say, this is pure, this is perfect. Something nothing else can do, just you. So give me you.
There's no place like the chick.
Back at New Albany for this UPSL men's soccer matchup between Southern Indiana FC and the FC Leopards. It is 0-0 at halftime. Along with Kristen Hazley, I'm John Herrick. Let's tell you a little bit about how this game came to be. This was actually supposed to be at FC Leopards, but they were unable to host this one, so everything got moved to Southern Indiana FC tonight, and basically because it was unexpected, the fans that are there got to get in free, so that's great. You got a lot of soccer fans getting to enjoy free soccer, but also want to give a shout out to Jersey Mike's, and really in particular Joe Lavelle, who's the owner of Forever Long Kentucky, Indiana, and he's been the main title sponsor for Southern Indiana FC, and basically he feeds the team with Jersey Mike's and makes sure that the visiting team, in this case FC Leopards, gets Jersey Mike's as well. It's, as you can tell, it's an undertaking. When you have to come in and travel to a match like this, you need to get fed, and so want to pass along some big thanks there to Joe Lavelle and the work that he is doing to make sure that both Southern Indiana FC gets the food they need, but also FC Leopards. And it's kind of interesting, Kristen. I mean, you're playing against an opponent, but in a way you also have to support each other because the whole league needs to function well. So it has to have that collaboration, and we have that here.
Absolutely. The UPSL is such an interesting league. We call it the unofficial fourth tier, right? MLS, all USL Pro, all those in there. So you really truly have a bit of a semi-pro experience, if you will. And so it does take a community coming in to support a team like this. The UPSL has done a great job of making the entry cost into the league feasible. That's why they have a lot of teams, and as we're seeing tonight, competitive teams and good soccer. But it's really special what they're building down there in Southern Indiana in New Albany. I mean, like we mentioned, 24-hour notice, the stands are full, the kids are out, beautiful evening. It's what you want from a community behind a soccer team.
Also, interesting side note here, Haji Abdikadir started his business called Tsam Football, which is a personal training business of his, and you can find more information out on that at tsammost.com, which I think is pretty cool. And that's one thing that I know SIFC is proud of, is that these guys have a lot of cool hobbies outside of soccer, and that's one thing Haji Abdikadir is able to do for the community. And hey, this is a sport that requires a ton of endurance and a ton of speed, and it's hard to keep that up without a personal trainer. You need someone like that who's going to help be there for you and push you, and Haji's able to do that with his business there.
Absolutely. He's a great player, and you go back to the community that they're building. There are the youth sides at Southern Indiana that they're building, the youth academy, really trying to create this community feel. This is New Albany and Southern Indiana's team, and they're doing it at all levels.
Also want to pay special mention to our game sponsors tonight, Orion Renewable Energy. So a big thanks to them, and also as well to River City Mortgage. River City Mortgage, your dream, our commitment. So both teams heading back out there, some pep talks being held. Referees having a meeting of the minds there as well, so that is also good to see on both sides. So it has been a competitive evening with great soccer here in the UPSL, two of the best teams in that Kentucky-Tennessee division. We had a physical first half, and looking like we might be on tap for something similar here in the second half.
Yeah, John, it'll be really interesting to see in these first, 5-10 minutes, what's Southern Indiana going to do? Are they going to stay the course? Are they going to, just keep trying to spring someone forward, find someone forward? One thing to note, they're going into the win this half. Could play in their favor as far as some of those balls that are getting maybe a little too far off.
That is a great point. That actually might be maybe the biggest key, as Lee Floor Exile is in the middle of the field, about ready to put the ball in play. So, and, you never know. How much of a factor will the wind be at all in the second half? That will be an interesting thing to pay attention to.
Yep, and, counter that, you've got, FC Leopards, a notoriously fast, quick team, now with the wind at their back. Zane Love is back in goal this half. He's going to have to be aware that he might need to come off his line. He's going to have to be ready to come play a bit of that sweeper keeper like we saw from Quilio in the first half.
Well, we almost had a referee get hit with a soccer ball there that time. We did have a referee get hit in the first half.
I don't have much sympathy.
Well, it's also hard to stay out of the way all the time.
Fair.
I think the refs that have the hardest time probably staying out of the way, football refs and maybe hockey refs.
Those hockey refs are a different breed.
Yeah, you got to be brave, especially to be, really a ref in general. But those are two sports where if you get hit, you can get hit by a human being. And some human beings, I'd rather get hit by a soccer ball than like a defensive lineman or a
hockey
or
puck.
a hockey player, or a hockey puck. Yeah.
As a goalkeeper, I've been hit with soccer balls many times. Oh.
A lot of contact
all right,
there.
Play advantage.
Yep, Yarady shoving off on Seti Muhammad. FC Leopards showing exactly why they're 4-0, though. I mean, they are not going away quietly, making things difficult.
No, not at all. Like we, mentioned in the first half, this team fully believes every time they step on the field, they're going to win. They're not really even worried about losing.
No.
They're confident that it's going to happen. And, that's kind of the idea that you want Southern Indiana FC to have against this offsides trap is keep playing the ball. It's going to happen. Keep playing it. Keep possession. And, that's just the mentality that FC Leopard has every time they step on the field.
Free kick for the Leopards, but immediately headed back. SIFC's defense stands tall.
Oh, good clearance.
And got to give credit there to Floor Exile for hitting it back the other way and giving his teammates a chance to come up and put some pressure on.
Yeah, and Floor Exile coming in at the half. It'll be interesting to see him getting forward. Maybe a different type of forward for Southern Indiana. Potentially looking for something more diagonally. Which is typically on against an offsides trap.
Floor Exile does have a goal this year. And a good battle there is Ibrahim Kadic, able to knock it away. But on the back line, Yarady right there waiting for it for the Leopards. A lot of contact, and referee is coming in. So this looks like it might be a foul against the Leopards.
Might get our second card of the game here, John.
Yep. Lukai Panda is trying to plead his case and say, well, he kicked his leg out. No, I don't buy that. He stuck his leg in and tripped him up. So
going for the ball, got the foot. It's a foul.
And David Ibrahim Kadic lobs it over, but a little too far, and Leopards able to respond.
See that wind here playing a factor on that ball. Just went a little bit off the back. Ooh, good touch by Zane to get it away. Get it off your foot.
Sadi Muhammad trying to race the other way. Ibrahim Kadic ends up with Igor now.
Yep, you can see them all just trying to. You saw that Floor Exile just trying to hold his run up there. Almost looked like he was running in place because he's just trying to check and make sure he's on sides when that ball's played.
Good work by the brothers there, Igor and David Ibrahim Kadic. Benazi, did he touch it last? Yeah, they say he did. So goal kick for the FC Leopards. And that one is kicked out by SIFC. At Chicken Salad Chick, we make our food from scratch every day using fresh quality ingredients with 12 flavors of chicken salad, plus soups, sides, sandwiches, and desserts. Whether you're craving traditional, savory, spicy, or fruity and nutty chicken salad, we have something for everyone. Visit Chicken Salad Chick on Veterans Parkway in Jeffersonville, coming soon to the Oxmoor Mall in Louisville, or order online today. Again, the physicality stays high on both sides. FC Leopards, though, able to communicate well and get it down the field.
Great run downfield. Good cross to the top of the box.
Sahi Alex with that try on the goal, but denied by the SIFC goalkeeper, Zane Love.
And this will be important in the second half, is the distribution out of the back. When you're going into the wind, we're not going to see some of those long bomb, side drop kicks that we were able to see from Zane in the first half. Southern Indiana's really going to have to build out of the back to keep possession moving forward.
David Ibrahim Kadic had to slow up to get it back, but there is Floor Exile. Floor Exile with a nice move. He gets knocked down and also hit in the eye, it looked like, as he's still grabbing his face. Play is, it was continuing. Now the referee coming over, and we'll see what this call is. And based on the Leopards' reaction, this might be going against them. One more look at it.
A bit of a commotion of a play there. I initially thought he might have been off sides, but looks like they called him on, and then, defender there and Florexile just going at it. It's an okay no call for me.
And Magro, a little too aggressive there, it looked like, but they decide to keep it with the FC Leopards. But Floor Exile making a pretty big impact here in the second half.
Yeah, already getting involved a couple times going forward. There he is again, trying to get up there.
Yep. And you got to give a lot of credit to Matteo Finazzi for coming back to get that one. 6 minutes into the second half, still scoreless.
Yeah, looks like we've got an FC Leopard player down. Southern Indiana's going to play it out.
And this is injury stoppage number 3, it appears. Doghouse Beer Garden, the home of mind-blowing hot dogs, burgers, sausages, and chicken served on Grilled King's Hawaiian Rolls, is coming soon to New Albany. Your official watch party zone for Southern Indiana Football Club is opening this May. With more than 50 locations nationwide, they deliver practically everywhere. One cool thing to notice in the background, look at all the kids playing soccer. That's good to see. Younger generation getting involved. That pass was a little bit slow, and Sadir Muhammad able to track it down. Muhammad able to keep it in play. Trying to weave his way around the man in front of him and dumps it back.
Yeah, just impressive technical skills there by Muhammad. Keep that in, keep that on the line, and keep it in possession. Southern Indiana still on the look here.
FC Leopards, though, making things difficult. A lot of contact again. Looks like that is against SIFC.
Yeah, FC Leopards being very, and this is something, we really didn't see from them much in the first half because we were trying to get forward so quick, but pretty aggressive on defense so far, John. A lot of, good challenges, I'd say.
Header taken over by Casaquil Biaba. Oh, good challenge by Diallo Irakosi, and it goes out of bounds, but SIFC gets it, so Irakosi throws it in.
That's a great work there by Irakosi to step up into that right side there, win that ball, and then you've got possession already close to your attacking third, exactly what you're looking for.
Husseini. Ibrahim Kadic might have gotten pushed. Yep, looks like he did. So,
quick restart.
Floor Exile in the middle of something again. Muhammad with the header.
Oh, play on. There you go. Mateo's in.
And he's able to knock that one through. And a goal for Matteo Finazzi. takes advantage of a moment of weakness for the FC Leopards, and SIFC is on the board. Matteo Finazzi with his second goal of the season.
Excellent work there by Matteo. I mean, just in great position. Gets the defender, just unfortunate, carries on. Quick little left-footed chip, beautiful.
So our first goal of the evening comes in the 54th minute with Matteo Finazzi.
You know, excellent recognition there as well by Finazzi to take a peek up, see where the keeper is. I mean, we mentioned in the first half, Quilly is not the tallest of keepers. I mean, so he's off his line of 6 yards, perfect little chip in. I mean, beautiful work.
And we mentioned this at the outset of the broadcast. Southern Indiana FC has only trailed in 3 minutes of game action all season. And that includes the 4 games before this one and this 5th one here tonight. And they didn't trail at all. Everything was a draw up until this, and now they have their first lead.
Yeah, dream start to the second half for Southern Indiana FC. You know, you withstood a little bit of initial aggressiveness by FC Leopards there. They had a couple looks at goal, and then you turn the tables on them, go ahead and counter, and get one in the first 10 minutes.
Leopards. Missed opportunity there. Tried to get it up the field, a little too far on the pass. Haji Abdikadir, the man we were telling you about at halftime, who has the personal training business, TSOM Football, TSOM FUTBOL, TSOMmost.com. And that gives, anytime you have a ball that gets kicked out of bounds by the opposition like that, gives you a chance to run down and get it, but take your time doing so, especially when you got the 1-0 lead.
Absolutely, John. You don't want to sit on this necessarily, but we are going, you know, if you're Southern Indiana FC, you are smartly wasting time that you can.
You don't need to be in any kind of a hurry.
No, but that is, you know, a great point you bring up. Don't change what you're doing if you're Southern Indiana. Oh, here we go. In again.
And you get Ibrahim Kadic to go up the field, and even though you didn't get the goal you wanted, you still had one of your leading goal scorers in position to do so.
Exactly. Don't sit on this like I was, you know, just saying. Continue to play the way you're playing. Continue to attack. And like we talked at halftime, you know, possess the ball. Control the game.
Ibrahim Kadic to the other side. Irakosi coming up. And that one ends up with, and finally, Mara. Mara had a shot on goal in the first half. Came pretty close. Ooh, and he got knocked down there. But they continue to play here. And they, that might be a foul. Yeah, I think that's going to go against Francisco Anton. You saw him stick that leg out. He is a defender, so that is his job. I understand that, but.
Yeah, definitely some contact on that. You know, looks like the ref tried to let them play advantage out of it, but this, stick that leg out behind. You know, like you said, you understand it. It's an effort, but unfortunately a dangerous place to give a free kick there.
And now it's just a matter of who they decide to let try the free kick. And it looks like they're going to have Dims do it. He's number 18 in red on your screen.
Yeah, we saw Southern Indiana had a free kick from a similar position in the first half that just went over the top of the bar. So if you're Zane Love here, you just want to make sure that wall takes up as much as the one half as you can, and you got the other half.
Well, Zane Love, this is where he is. His height might be a huge factor at 6'5", 195.
He can cover a little more frame than I could.
And probably more of a frame than Quilio could. And here it is. And there's Zane Love again.
Another one down to the right. He just gets quick and a fantastic push out. Typically you see that parried out for a corner kick. Zane Love got both hands behind, saves the corner, gives FC Leopards a free kick. Or I'm sorry, throw in.
Throw in, but it went out. Some of the players there. And you wonder if it was going to be a high arching kick, but it was lower than anticipated. The line there does a good job of trying to form one, and they went around it, but Love was anticipating it and did a heck of a job. He's made 4 saves like that I've been able to count.
Yeah, he did an excellent job on every aspect of that. Young goalkeepers, pay attention. That ball in the middle of the field, when it's in the middle, you really have to take your wall. You got to trust him to take one half, and you've got to cover the other, and that's exactly what Zane did. He had the wall covering his left side. They went low to the right, and another phenomenal save by him.
And boomed down by Saladi Houssani.
Oh, he's on.
And batted away by Quilio, but right there waiting on it, Sadi Muhammad. Play at the goal. FC Leopards able to deny it. Fanazi again. Quilio this time with another save.
And you see again, John, just Southern Indiana FC doing a great job of recognizing the situation, recognizing where the keeper is, where the defenders are, and trying to take the best look at goal they can.
And they seem to have FC Leopards a little out of position. Oh, the brothers there of David and Igor Ibrahim Kadic with some nice passing.
Yeah, good combination there. Not a bad ball served in. Oh, great step.
Yeah, Muhammad just anticipated it and took it away, and then got around the defender Biaba, and out of bounds it goes. But a good effort by Muhammad.
Man, Quilio is flying around. I tell you what. I mean, it's another fantastic save, but he's flying out there. I mean, gets Southern Indiana FC another corner, but I mean, he's really done a great job of just coming out, whether it's inside the box, outside the box, and making himself as big as he can.
This is the second corner kick for SIFC on the evening. Both teams have had 2 of those. We might have an injury here for SIFC as we're now in the 61st minute of action. See what it looks like they're going to have David Ibrahim Kadic do the corner kick. Forever Lawn Kentuckiana is the premium synthetic turf partner of SIFC, specializing in residential putting greens, playgrounds, dog runs, and mini sports fields, as well as commercial dog parks, full sports fields, and playgrounds. No job is too big or too small with Forever Lawn Kentuckiana. The grass is always greener with Forever Lawn. All right, so Ibrahim Kadic has the ball ready for this corner kick. Looked like and as long as they have time, he's going to use it. Of course, we'll find out how much added time will be added on at the end once we get to the 90th minute.
Yeah, if you're Southern Indiana FC right now, you just keep your foot on the gas. Very few defensive slip-ups. You want to make sure you're staying organized defensively with the 1-0 lead, but so far things have looked great in the second half for them.
And Ibrahim Kadic trying to line his teammates up, and let's see how well they listen to him. And do they give him what he needs?
Looks like he's just going to take it with his right, just looking for an in-swinging ball. Wind's not too bad right now.
Nope, and has died down a lot. It was a very big factor in that first half. SIFC was playing with the wind to their back. And here it is, Ibrahim Kadic. Nice play on the ball there in the goal box. Anazi, and this looks like they might have... Yeah, Ibrahim Kadic wasn't happy there.
Yeah, you never love to foul someone in their defensive third and just give them a free pass to get forward. But Ibrahim Kadic did a great job of recovering there, getting pressure on the ball. That's what you want from your forwards.
And the free kick by Saleh Alex. Oh, might have been some contact there, yeah. Fanazi, who has the lone goal of the night, able to bounce it away to Muhammad.
Oh, and there they are.
Might have a chance with Floor Exile. Floor Exile tries to get it around Quilio and just a tad wide. Right idea. Oh, and he does a nice kip up after that. What an impact Floor Exile has been making.
And I love that play there by Southern Indiana FC, John. That's something we didn't see in the first half against this. That was impressive.
Yeah.
in the first half against the offsides trap was they went very quickly from that dispossession. They had maybe 1-2, and then boom, right over top into, I think it was Finazi. And that's something you didn't see him do that quickly in the first half, and just catch an FC Leopards defensive line off a
Coming
step.
onto the pitch for SIFC, Daiki Ozawa.
And Daiki Ozawa is checking in. Remember, we told you earlier he was one of 2 players for SIFC, returning from injury along with Kenny Walker. Have not seen a whole lot of him yet, but Ozawa, very key left winger on this club. He has scored 2 goals this season. Was with Mitsubishi Kyoto FC before coming here.
And that's something really cool about the UPSL, John, is you do get, like we spoke about at halftime, you do get the college age kids, but then you get players like Kenny Walker that's, been in the NASL, that's been in the USL Pro. And he adds a lot of experience and knowledge to this roster that, some of these young kids could really learn from. It's a very unique experience for a semi-pro team.
Ibrahim Kadic, and he just seems so in control when he's got it. And he's able to get it into Ozawa. Now, did they touch it last, or did it just get kicked out of bounds? FC Leopards certainly thinks they didn't touch it, but referees don't agree with them, so Ozawa gets to throw it in. Well, he was acting like he would, then he ends up letting Muhammad do that.
Good time to waste, John.
Oh, yeah. No need to be in a hurry when you got that 1-0 advantage. Floor Exile able to keep possession of it, let it fly, and it was a little bit off target, but Floor Exile just continues to put the pressure on.
And you love to see that. That's something we didn't see a lot from Southern Indiana FC in the first half, was the forwards pressuring their backs with the ball. You saw him just dispossess him, 1-2 touch, quick shot, almost got the keeper off his line.
Discover the difference with Covenant, your trusted partner for residential and commercial real estate sales, as well as building and remodeling projects. Whether you're searching for your dream home, seeking the perfect commercial space, or looking to transform your property through renovation or construction, Covenant is here to make your vision a reality. Contact owner Travis Atkinson today, and let's build something extraordinary together. Call 502-641-9951. And the physicality between these 2 clubs continues. Uh-oh. He might get Okawa here. And good sportsmanship as immediately David Ibrahim Kadic comes over to help him up.
I think it's fair to say Ozawa was excited to get in the game.
And as you can see there, a yellow card just
card,
issued.
67th minute.
So referee takes note of that as we are in the 67th minute. We were scoreless. If you're just joining us, we were scoreless all first half. The lone goal in this one came from Matteo Finazzi in the 54th minute. And both these teams trying to avoid their first losses of this season. Floor Exile able to track it down.
Just looking for 1 inch of space to get a shot off. Good decision, though, to keep possession.
And Muhammad making another nice move. And another! Muhammad! Oh, nice play by FC Leopards to get that bat away, and a smart decision as well by Ibrahim Kadic to make sure he does not touch it as the ball rolls out of play, staying with SIFC. Ibrahim Kadic trying to get around Kasakil Biaba.
Man, Southern Indiana FC is just smothering their back line.
And Zawa with a nice try on it, but there's Quilio making a nice save. And Quilio booms it away. But SIFC has done a good job controlling the middle of the field. Good ball to Muhammad. Muhammad gets Quilio to come out, and that might be a corner kick depending on what they say.
Ooh.
Quilio's trying to say it's a goal kick, and I think the referees will see it that way, yes.
Interesting.
That was
That's what I'll
close.
say.
I know. You and I thought the same thing.
Yeah, you saw, though, that was an excellent rounded run. So,
Right.
Ozawa could see him going around the outside, played the ball, everyone stayed on sides. That's how you're able to get in behind.
Jones Abadi kicking it back out to Salahay Alex. And booted back the other direction. We've got, looks like Finazzi's down. Yeah. Mateo Finazzi looked like he might have a cramp or something, possibly.
It is one of the warmer days
Yes.
we've had for sure this year, John.
Yeah. Highs have been in the 70s pretty much all throughout Indiana, no matter what part of the state you're in. So I think they try to work out the cramp there on Finazzi as the trainer comes out as well. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Chicken Salad Chick, where they make their food from scratch every day using fresh quality ingredients with 12 flavors of chicken salad plus soups, sides, sandwiches, and desserts. Whether you're craving traditional, savory, spicy, or fruity and nutty chicken salad, we have something for everyone. Visit Chicken Salad Chick on Veterans Parkway in Jeffersonville, coming soon to the Oxmoor Mall in Louisville, or order online today. And also, this game is brought to you by Orion Renewable Energy. So thanks to our partners there as well at Orion Renewable Energy. In the second half, brought to you by River City Mortgage. River City Mortgage, your dream, our commitment. So this could be key here, not just for tonight for SIFC, but also the rest of the season. Of course, you've already dealt with injuries to Kenny Walker and Daiki Ozawa, and the last thing you want is Finazzi to have to come out for any extended period of time, especially with some key home games coming up next week, May 4th against Pre-College DA, and then after that, a home match on May 11th against Cincinnati SC, and then some big division battles coming your way for the rest of May, and then, of course, into June, too. So lots of key matches coming up for SIFC.
Yeah, it's good to see him walking off. Mateo there didn't look in too much pain. Probably just some cramps, maybe
Right.
a little bit. Like you did mention, got a busy schedule coming up. A little bit of load management, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And now FC Leopards would love to try to cash in with Mateo not in the game, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Mateo Finazzi has been the midfielder commander this game. He has connected just about every ball that they've gotten forward on. So it'll be critical for someone to step in here for Southern Indiana FC and take control of that role.
The Ibrahim Kadich brothers out there. And well done by Luyeka Penda. Penda trying to get it away from Diallo Irakosi, but Irakosi just making life hard on him.
It's exactly what you want him to do. Step on up there, put some pressure, try and make the FC Leopard defenders make a mistake.
And Haji Abdikadir did the same thing. Even though it went out of bounds off of him, he put the pressure on. We're in the 72nd minute, a 1-0 advantage for Southern Indiana FC.
And you'd love to get a second one here, John.
Yep.
1-0, as we see here, they're just so fast.
Might have offsides here. There's definitely been more offside calls on the part of SIFC, but to the point Kristen made earlier, a lot of that has to do with the wind, and you got to remember now the wind is at the back of FC Leopards. So any kick like that, you see, I don't think he put a whole lot behind that, but the wind seemed to sail it.
Exactly, John. I mean, it's going to roll decently enough on turf as it is, but, a little bit of gust of wind behind that, it's definitely just going to keep it going a little bit forward faster. A good work by Southern Indiana FC there, though, to get them offsides, essentially, to be aware enough of where that forward is, where the ball is, to make sure that they're offsides if that ball's played.
And Lee Florexile was down there to hassle FC Leopards. I know you're shocked to hear that. He's only been doing that the entire second half. He did that in the first minute of the second half and has really been a factor there just from a speed perspective. This is Kenny Walker in for the first time. And Ozawa has some speed and has some room and gets tangled up, trying to break free. And that might be a foul here on FC Leopards. Yeah, I think that's going to go.
Yeah, but another great opportunity here for Southern Indiana FC, but an amazing job by Daiko Ozawa there. I mean, watch him battle here, you know, shields the ball, sets himself up to be fouled. It's a great work. It's an experience forward right there.
So that is Magro who picked that one up, one of the key defenders for FC Leopards. And that guy that you saw there, Kaiza Mukandama, one of several players on this FC Leopards roster that has one goal, and we might have a player down here for FC Leopards. That might be the reason for the stoppage.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, John, you'd love to get a second goal here if you're Southern Indiana FC. I mean, as exciting as these free kick opportunities are, you're forward, you hopefully get something on goal. They're also dangerous, transitioning backwards. You know, one good clearance by FC Leopards, and they're quick enough that they could be one-on-one with your keeper in, you know, the blink of an eye.
Looks like we have the injury situation straightened out and are ready to continue. The one goal that was made was in the 54th minute with Matteo Finazzi after a scoreless first half. But SIFC with a chance to add to it here.
We've already seen Quilio bobble a couple balls. If you're Southern Indiana, you want any second ball, any rebound to be yours.
And Walker tried to wedge it through there, but didn't quite get it high enough. And I think to your point, Quilio may be athletic and fast, but he's not the tallest one. So, as we saw in that Finazzi goal earlier.
Yep, you know, look, phenomenal showing. Let's just get that, you know, straight there. He has made some big saves for them, but he is athletic, maybe not the most technical keeper, but he's still going to make saves for you like this one. But that bobble right there is where you'd love to get someone in there, disrupt, maybe get a touch on, and that second goal.
And SIFC trying to get an insurance goal here. Floor Exile tries to get around his man. We have a whistle. We might have had, this might have been offsides, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see much contact.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I think it's
quick restart there. That's always tough.
Yeah, that was a very fast restart. Now we might have something on SIFC here. Well, whatever it was after another quick restart. Haji Abdikadir tried to come flying in and knock the ball free. And this one's going against FC Leopards, so.
Yeah, and that little period you just saw there, that is, you know, cause and effect of losing Matteo Finazzi in the midfield. You're just going to bounce it around a little bit until someone steps up, takes control of that attacking third, and really starts to possess.
Throw in comes to Walker. And it went off of FC Leopards, so chance for SIFC here. And I think that was an accidental handball. Yep. So FC Leopards able to take over, but they are running out of time as we are approaching the 78th minute. Ibrahim Kadic trying to knock it away.
To see the quickness on the ball there.
Yes, and a good job by Francisco Anton to get down there. However, I think he may have touched it last. And they are signaling corner kick. Yep, so the third corner kick of the night for FC Leopards. Towards the goal, headed out though. And Ozawa with a play on it.
Great defensive work there. Good header, get it cleared out. Now step your line up, get some pressure on the ball.
And that is going against FC Leopards. Mbe Aishitolo, the midfielder, trying to get one past Zane Love, but unsuccessful. See how much time this SIFC club can waste. Might have a foul here. Yep. And that is against Lou Ikeka Penda as he trips Igor Ibrahim Kadic.
You've really seen the FC Leopards speed a couple times on those through balls, especially down into the corner. I mean, Southern Indiana FC is a very quick and organized defensive team, and to see some of these FC Leopard players just blown by them, that just goes to show just how quick they are on and off the ball.
Ibrahim Kadic thought he saw an opening, had to give it away, but batted up in the air by Jonas Abidi. However, it ends up in SIFC's control with Kenny Walker.
Brilliant ball by Kenny there just to switch the field. That's the experience you get with a player like that.
Muhammad has it knocked away.
Yeah, great ball. Kenny Walker flips the field. Quick ball inside. You almost get a shot on goal off of it.
Doghouse Beer Garden is the home of mind-blowing hot dogs, burgers, sausages, and chicken served on Grilled Kings Hawaiian rolls. Coming soon to New Albany. Your official watch party zone for Southern Indiana Football Club is opening this May. With more than 50 locations nationwide, they deliver practically everywhere. We are now in the 80th minute. Of course, SIFC taking their time, enjoying this 1-0 advantage. I'm John Herrick along with Kristen Hazley. We are happy you are with us for this one.
Another opportunity to get the insurance goal here, John. Free kick.
And batted back, but just a little bit offline there. Want to thank our entire crew, our director, J.D. Arland, our cameraman out on site, Elijah Mash, and David Cohn, our graphics man as well. And a big thanks to really the entire SIFC club for making this possible. As Florexile with another chase, but Quilio was with him stride for stride. Yeah, Quilio's trying to say contact and a foul on him, and they just knocked down Florexile.
That's going to get him a card for sure.
Now, of course, you know, in soccer, you have the tendency to sell it, try to get the call, but Florexile was pushed, and I think that's why he got I think he's getting the yellow card.
Yeah. Looks like he gave the card to Florexile there for Southern Indiana FC.
I think contact on the goalkeeper didn't quite help things, but.
Yeah, we get protected a little bit. They do. But at the same time, I don't know that I've ever fully two-hand shoved someone in the back and gotten away with it either. So, you know, warning for Southern Indiana.
And this is, when you get to the end of matches like this is when the emotion and the chippiness can come to a tipping point, and that is exactly what we've had here. So I think we've had one red card issued, and it looks like we might be having a yellow card issued.
Yeah, a bit of a scrum going on there. Like we said, it's been chippy. The advantage in these situations goes to the team that can keep their heads calm.
Right.
You know, and so far it's been Southern Indiana FC. You continue to see them possess and just stay in control of the game. But this is, you know, can be somewhat considered a tactic. FC Leopards is going to rile things up. They're going to see who's going to get inspired by this, who's going to step up, you know. They want the drama at this point, trailing.
And Mbembe Aishitolo was another one who had his finger pointing at the referee, and he was jawing with the ref. Again, not necessarily a wise strategy when you've already had one of your teammates get ejected from the game.
Absolutely, John. You hate to see it towards the end of the game, too. I felt like the referee had done, you know, a pretty good job keeping things under control, keeping the chippiness at bay. You're always going to get it, right? We're competitive. We're soccer players. But, you know, you hate to see that happen, especially with so little time left.
And this is an opportunity for SIFC again. Corner kick. Their fourth corner kick of the evening. Let's see if they can get something through here in the 86th minute. Batted away, but able to be chased down here by Saladi Husseini.
Looking for another ball in.
And deflected out, but that again, that's out of bounds off of FC Leopards, so it is a corner kick again for SIFC.
Absolutely. You just want to keep it going, keep the pressure on. But like we spoke about earlier too, corner kicks can very easily be countered. So if you're Southern Indiana FC, you're maybe keeping one forward back, one midfielder back, playing a little defensive in this situation.
Forever Lawn Kentuckiana is the premium synthetic turf partner of SIFC, specializing in residential putting greens, playgrounds, dog runs, and mini sports fields, as well as commercial dog parks, full sports fields, and playgrounds. No job is too big or too small. With Forever Lawn Kentuckiana, the grass is always greener with Forever Lawn.
And this is exactly what you didn't want to get caught up in here, is a quick counter.
And Kasekil Biaba motoring up the field for a moment with FC Leopards, but there's the response again by SIFC.
Great job. Got back, got behind the ball, going to spring him forward here.
And Florexile in open space where he's been pretty solid tonight. Tries to get a goal, but Quilio, the goaltender, waiting for it. Musa Quilio continues to have a solid evening, except for that one bobble in the 54th minute, which is the difference right now, the goal by Matteo Finazzi. But Matteo Finazzi was also injured earlier in the second half and has not returned since. So,
yeah, an excellent goal by Finazzi there. The recognition of where Quilio was, where he needed to place the ball, brilliant. And I think we've seen a little bit of a different style of play from Southern Indiana FC since he's been out injured. The last 20 minutes or so, it's been a little quicker, a little less composed, but they're still getting forward and being dangerous.
Daikai Ozawa to Walker.
Great ball.
And Florexile. Oh, but it goes off the leg of Quilio.
Tell you what, he is an athletic keeper.
Yes. You can
Wow.
see why he has been a problem. And now, and again, to FC Leopards' credit, they've only given up 3 goals in 5 games total.
Not an easy team to score on, and I think Quilio is probably part of the reason why, as we're seeing tonight. That's probably his 7th or 8th great save there.
And Walker was not happy with that referee, and Ibrahim Kadic with the header, and it ends up in the hands of Florexile, but I think we might have had offsides. Yep. Either way, though, you're putting the pressure on, and time is winding down, so we'll see once we get to the 90th minute here how much extra time will be added. I would imagine somewhere around 3 minutes because we've had some injury stoppages. So
yeah, I could see us, getting that 3 to 5. We did a little scrum, a little bit of that. We'll see though. If you're Southern Indiana, you just finish the game, right? You stick to the game plan. You keep the ball. And you get offsides.
Yeah, but again, you kicked it down there, and you give your team a chance.
Yep, absolutely. They've still got to reset. You give yourself a chance to get back defensively, get organized. At this point, just clear to your middle third and possess the ball.
And the kick. Headed back.
Three, right on there, John.
I don't know as much about soccer as you do, but I have it hanging for extra time.
Stoppage time is a specialty.
I can keep track of it.
It's impressive. It's good work.
Basic addition and subtraction, I'm not too bad at.
We can get you one of the Premier League scoreboards to hold up on the sidelines.
I watched Ted Lasso all the way through too, so I think that might have helped.
There you go. Ooh, they're going to play advantage there, looks like.
Be a minimum of 3 minutes.
Just stay behind the ball there. Southern Indiana's just containing them. That's fine.
Yep.
Let them pass it back and forth in the midfield. That's fine.
Louis with the kick. Over to Musa.
An advantage again.
Yep.
And they'll click another card here.
But on who, though? It's looking like it might go against SIFC, and it's a yellow card.
Yeah, it will. So we go back to that initial, looks like contact there. A bit of a play on, if you will, the advantage call. And once FC Leopards was dispossessed, they'll go back and call that free kick and give Southern Indiana the card.
Discover the difference with Covenant, your trusted partner for residential and commercial real estate sales, as well as building and remodeling projects. Whether you're searching for your dream home, seeking the perfect commercial space, or looking to transform your property through renovation or construction, Covenant is here to make your vision a reality. Contact owner Travis Atkinson today, and let's build something extraordinary together. Call 502-641-9951. Now, that yellow card was issued to Kenny Walker. And Walker was, well, rather opinionated with the official earlier in this half. So that might have played a little bit of a role into it as well. And here's the kick try, and that goes way over the goal. As you saw Zane Love, the goalkeeper, say, hey, don't worry about it. It's over my head. We're good.
Yep, breathing a sigh of relief there if you're a Southern Indiana FC fan. Get a free kick 10 yards off the box with, a minute left. You hope to put something on frame.
Should be around a minute left. Again, you'd never know. And we're playing until the referees stick their hands up and say it's over. And, of course, Zane Love knows that. He is taking all the time in the world he needs to go put the ball down.
What do you mean? That's just as fast as we run, John.
With the lead, you bet.
Absolutely. I learned that young, I'll tell you what.
And a nice header from Ozawa. FC Leopards might have tried to have one last gasp in them. Knocked away. Oh, no. That is not what you want to see near the end of the game, as Saladai Husseini is down. I mean, he's grabbing his left knee. Here was the contact again. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game, too.
Yellow card issued, and I think rightfully so.
But that's why you have Husseini back there in that side. He's a strong, solid. He's going to go into those 50-50 balls fearless, and he's going to win them. And in these moments, that's when you need it.
And he does get up and thankfully walk up without the help of a trainer. So
card to the bench.
Yep.
Everyone's getting cards tonight.
Yeah, I think you're seeing more cards in the second half than you did in the first half, and I think that's just because of the way the game has played out. It's just gotten more and more physical throughout. This just adds more time to it. And this gives Quilio a chance to make another save. He has to boom it down the field, but it's kicked right back in that direction. And I think that whole injury situated added probably another minute or so to this. Ibrahim Kadic able to find Muhammad and waste more time.
It's a great ball there, just finding him, keeping it. There you go.
Muhammad makes a move.
Ooh.
Almost got a through ball to Floor Exile.
Oh.
Ozawa ends up with it. We might have another foul here. Yeah.
There we go. Might have your second insurance goal with like 1 second left.
Question is this a yellow or a red? Floor Exile's trying to plead his case, and so are the whole FC Leopards players out there. I got to think some kind of card is coming from this. Not looking like it, though. It looks like Ozawa is going to take the kick.
Floor Exile getting a little upset, and it's understandable. He's been up there quite a few times. Forwards are used to getting hacked at a bit, but you hate to see it, especially this late in the game.
And the referees have been busy tonight. They've been trying to keep both teams away from each other to not let it be as chippy.
Always tough to do.
Yeah, and especially in a game like this. A lot of division positioning in this one on the line. Two teams without a loss, very competitive.
Absolutely. The league's competitive as it is, and then you take, your two top teams. Winner of this game will be the #1 team in the conference. A lot of emotions at stake here.
And Daiki Ozawa. That has been the most cards issued at home this season for SIFC, but that wall able to come through and deflect it, and then Ozawa had another chance at it, but it goes wide.
Just wide on that second attempt.
Now, if you're wondering, how are we in 96 minutes? Well, that's because there were about 3 minutes of extra time, and then there was more chippiness with more cards added, and, as Zane Love has to come up and make a big play there. and we had an injury timeout as well. So many reasons as to why. Florexile, he's been trying this all night. Florexile gets hit again by Quilio.
That, to me, that's a penalty kick.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Goalkeepers get the benefit of the doubt. It looks like he might be calling it here, but that to me is a penalty. Luckily didn't come into the game to upset the outcome here. But I mean, if you're a keeper and you miss the ball, you're not in the play.
Yeah. And the match has been concluded. So your final, and what was a very physical contest here between SIFC and the FC Leopards. It's SIFC winning it 1-0 in New Albany, a game that got its location changed over the last 48 hours, but props to both teams for being able to make it happen and get through a very physical match, and we'll see how the health situation is for all kinds of players as well after this is over. And big home matches coming up for SIFC on May 4th against Pre-College DA, and then on May 11th against Cincinnati SC. But Kristen, this was a match that had a ton of drama, a scoreless first half, the goal by Matteo Finazzi in the second half, and so much physicality and chippiness, and most cards issued at home this season. And this game lived up to the hype. You had two undefeated teams, and you knew it was going to be interesting, and it was far more than just interesting. It was outstanding soccer.
Oh, it was a fantastic game, John. I mean, you saw possession, you saw speed, you saw counterattacks, you saw an offsides trap. We saw the most cards of the year. What more could you want for a soccer game? But the important thing, and I think what we saw and what we talked about throughout, was the team that possessed, the team that stuck to their game plan, and the team that was more disciplined was going to walk away with the win. It ended up happening for Southern Indiana tonight, and, I think that's the calmer heads prevailed tonight.
Yeah, and there were, I think, a couple of red cards issued, but SIFC was not the team that got the red cards. That was the FC Leopards who did that. And again, another thing that's astonishing about this SIFC team still has only trailed 3 minutes in 5 matches. They didn't trail in the first half. It was a draw, and then they got the 1-0 lead and held on to it. So they can only 3 minutes where they've trailed all season. Just incredible.
I mean, great response time to being scored on. 3 minutes. We'll take that, get back to a tie game. But, it shows that this team is comfortable playing in different positions, right? They had to play with a 1-0 lead through a majority of the second half. Being able to do that, being able to possess the ball and close out games is what's going to make you the top of the league.
They've outscored their opponents this season 18-2. Big thank you to you guys for joining us tonight. Huge thanks as well to J.D. Arlen, David Cohn, and, of course, our camera operator out on site, Elijah Mash. For my partner, Kristen Hazley, I'm John Herrick. Big thanks to our sponsors as well. Orion Renewable Energy has been bringing this game to you. And also, alongside Orion Renewable Energy, River City Mortgage, your dream, our commitment. You have been watching Southern Indiana FC Soccer, where they beat FC Leopards tonight 1-0 on the IFC Sports Network.